Today we will discuss about components and local connectedness. So first of all, we will deal with the topic components. Components. What is a component? Suppose we are having a topological space xt and a subset of x. Now we will say that this A is a component if first condition is A should be connected. A should be connected. Secondly, this A should be maximal. A should be connected and A should be maximal. Or we can say that combining these two, we will get it is a maximal connected subset. So a component means a component of a space is a maximally connected subset. That is, a connected subset which is not properly contained in any connected subset of that space. So the meaning of what is maximal that we are saying. So maximal meaning is that A is said to be maximal. Its meaning is if we are finding a set B such that A is contained in B, then this B cannot be connected. Implies B is not connected. So this is the meaning of maximal. So maximal connected. Now in your notebook there is given an example. -1, I will draw it. It is in R. So here is 0. I'm having -1, 0 and 0, 1. So that is -1, 0 and 0, 1. These two are, with the usual topology I'm saying, these two are two components. Okay, these two are two components. Where in this space, if you are taking union of these two as a space with usual topology, then this -1, 0 and 0, 1 are two components, right? In particular, two components. Thus, whenever a space is connected, it should have only one component. So a space is connected if and only if it has only one component. Now, if you are examining discrete space, okay, so in discrete space, what are to be uh, components? Discrete space means you are taking all the subsets from the power set. So these elements should be singleton sets, right? That only is saying. In this discrete space, the only connected subsets are the empty set and the singleton subset. Such a space is said to be totally disconnected. Why I'm saying like this means, suppose you have got a x is equal to ABC, right? Now its discrete space means it may contain the elements A, B, and C, right? An empty set. These are going to be the components of this set, right? So these are going to be the components of this set. So here you may have the doubt that if I am taking AB, which is a set which contains singleton A, right? but this is disconnected, since you can write this equal to A union B, right? So this is a disconnected set. So only these are the maximal sets, subset, or that is connected. That means these are the components, right? And why saying totally disconnected means it is having a diagram as a scattered one. That is, A is somewhere here, B is in another corner, C is in another way, and empty set. So it is called totally disconnected. Such a set is called totally disconnected. Other totally disconnected sets are the sets of rationals or the disconnected sets. Okay. Other totally disconnected or disconnected sets are sets of rationals. We have seen that set of rationals is not connected, right? And set of irrationals. Then the real line with a semi-open interval topology is also disconnected. Okay. Now properties of components. So first of all, components is a maximal connected subset. Properties of components. Theorem. Components are closed sets. Components are closed sets. Any two distinct components are mutually disjoint. Every non-empty connected subset is contained in a unique component. Every non-empty connected subset is contained in a unique component. And every space is the disjoint union of its components. Every space is the disjoint union of its components. So these are the, you can say that the properties itself, right? Now how to prove components are closed sets? Very easy one. Since C is a component of a space X, C is a component, right? We can go for C closure, right? Now C is evidently contained in C closure, and we have studied that a connected space closure is also connected, right? Then C is a component we have assumed, that is C should be a maximal connected set, but we are getting another connected set which is which contain the set C. That means C is no longer a component, or only way is that C should be equal to C closure, which implies C is connected. So this is the idea. Let us see. Let C be a component of a space X, then C is connected. Here, by proposition, 3 closure is also connected, right? C closure is also connected. Now, C is contained in C closure, but C is a maximal with respect to the property of being connected. Hence, our C should be equal to C closure. So, whenever C is equal to C closure, C is closed. Next, what we want to prove is every non-empty connected subset is contained, any two distinct components are mutually disjoint. Any two distinct components are mutually disjoint. That we want to prove. So we should consider two distinct components, right? So let C and C dash, C and C dash be two components. Two components. And if C intersection C dash is equal to empty, we are assuming that C intersection C dash is empty, then by theorem of connectedness, we will get if they are not mutually separated. This meaning is that, which implies C and C dash are not mutually separated. And we have a theorem, we have studied a theorem that if the collection is not mutually separated, then their union is a connected set. Then by theorem, you can quote that theorem here. We will get C union C dash is connected. Now what will happen? C is a subset of C union C dash. Again, C dash is a subset of C union C dash, right? So what will happen? We are getting contradiction to the concept that C and C dash are two components, right? Thus, two distinct components should be disjoint. If it is not equal to empty, then, sorry, I put equal to, it's not equal to empty, right? Is non-empty, it's saying, right? So it is not equal to empty means they are not mutually separated. Then by theorem, C union C dash should be connected, and C is contained in C union C dash, and C dash is contained in C union C dash. And we have assumed that C and C dash are maximal connected sets. For that, we are getting a contradiction. So that means that C and C dash should be mutually disjoint. Next one, let A be a non-empty connected subset of X and C be the collection of all connected subsets of X containing A. Then consider M equal to union of C such that C belongs to C. Then any two members of C intersect by, and by theorem M is connected, right? So what you are supposed to prove? See, every non-empty connected subset is contained in a unique component. Okay, so suppose what we want to prove is, for C part, uh, we want to have let A non-empty connected subset. Connected subset. Now we want to prove that A is contained in only A is contained in only one component. That means there is only one component which containing A, right? So how to prove it means, you consider all the components which contain A. Okay, you consider all the components which contain A. So these are the components, right? And suppose you are having, this is your A, right? This set is your A. Now A is contained in this component, this one, this one, this one, this one. You take the union of those. Take the union. So this is my C1, C2, C3, C4. Now you take A is contained in Ci for every I equal to 1, 2, 3 and 4, right? Now we take the union. Union of Ci, right? I equal to 1 to 4, right? Now all are components. That means this union is connected. What is the reason? Since each having non-empty intersection, namely the set A is will belongs to all the intersections, right? So, or elements of A belongs to every intersection. So this is connected set, right? This union is connected. Therefore, A is contained in this connection, right? Because if A is contained for some other component means that is also included here. So that's why we are getting a single component. So that's the idea. Let's see. Let A be a non-empty connected subset of X and C be the collection of all connected subsets of X containing A, and let M equal to that union you are saying, right? I have taken here finite in a union, but you can go for the arbitrary collection. Then any two members of C intersect, and by theorem M is connected. Now clearly M is contained in A is contained in M, and we claim that M is a component. So we want to prove that this one is a component. For suppose N is a connected subset of X containing M, then this N belongs to C because we want to construct those components which containing A. So this N also belongs to this collection, and so N is contained in M. So hence M should be equal to N. In other words, M is a maximally connected subset of X. Thus, Every non-empty subset is contained in a component. And D, what is D? Every space is the disjoint union of its components. So just before you have said that if you are having a non-empty connected subset, it is contained in only one component. You go on collecting such components for each different non-empty connected subsets and take the union. You will get the entire one, right? So this follows from the fact that for any x belongs to a singleton, x is a connected set, and hence there is a unique component C of x such that x is contained in C, right? So this proved. Now here is a note. Number of components of a space is evidently a topological invariant property. So I should write this as property, right? That means suppose you have got two topological spaces, x, tau and yu you are taking. Now from here to here, you are having a homeomorphism. Now suppose this x has got three components, okay, C1, C2, C3. Then y also should have three components. That is the meaning here. So like that. So if it is containing three components, then here also it should contain three components whenever there exists a homeomorphism. Or we can say that number of components is a topologically invariant property. Okay. Next one is closed interval 0, 1 and the unit circle, each with usual topology, even though both have one component. What is saying that, see, suppose both having the same component, it doesn't guarantee that there exists a homeomorphism. Can you follow? If there exists a homeomorphism means number of components should be the same in both space. Now suppose we are having the circle, right? Suppose you have got the circle here, right? This circle, and I am having the line. In real line, I have got, suppose this 0. So here also I have got 0, 0, my center, and I am having the interval 0, 1. Now from 0, 1 to this circle, we will denote this as S1, right? To this circle, there exists no homeomorphism. What's the reason? The reason is that here we will have the cut points. That means if I am having here 1 by 2, and if I am saying that closed interval 0, 1 minus 1 by 2, what I will get? I will get closed interval 0, open 1 by 2, then 1 by 2, comma, closed 1. See, these two are disconnected, right? But here, if I am taking a point over here, right, and I am deleting this point from here, then again it is connected. So these two are not homeomorphic, even though both having only one component. As soon as now, we will say that cut point. For that, we will say that cut point. In graph theory, you might have studied cut vertex. Okay, in the same way. Hence, they are not homeomorphic. Now, property of being connected is not hereditary. That means if a space is connected, then every subset of that is connected is not at all possible or not at all guarantees. For example, R with usual topology is connected, but Q, the set of irrationals, are disconnected. Then again, you take some disjoint interval union. Again, that is disconnected. So connectedness is not a hereditary property. So up to now, we have discussed about connectedness. Next, we will see what is local connectedness. So whenever local the term is arising means always it will depends on a point or a neighborhood of that point, right? So a space is said to be locally connected at a point X. See here is coming at a point X. In it, if for every neighborhood n of x, there exists a connected neighborhood m of x such that m is contained in n, right? So local connectedness means suppose you have got a topological space, right? So as usual, oh sorry, okay, as usual we can have your topology space as a rectangle. Now suppose this is your topological space. This is your topological space, and there is a point. Suppose I'm marking the point somewhere here as x. Now what it says is that suppose a neighborhood of n is given. So this is my neighborhood n. This is a neighborhood n of x. Then if we can find a connected neighborhood inside this n, okay, where m is connected neighborhood, then we will say that this space is locally connected at x. See definition. A space X is said to be locally connected at a point X in it if for every neighborhood n of x in X there exists a connected neighborhood m of x such that m is contained in n, right? So X is said to be locally connected if it is locally connected at all points of its space, or X is locally connected at X if and only if family of all connected neighborhoods of X is a local base at X. Okay. Now there's a proposition. Proposition says that a space X is locally connected at a point X. It's locally connected at a point X if and only for every neighborhood n of X, the component of n containing X is a neighborhood of X. That is, a space is locally connected at a point if and only if for every neighborhood n of X, the component of n containing X. Just before we have said that if there exists a subset, that subset belongs to exactly one component. So we can take the component which containing n. Component of n which containing x is a neighborhood of x that we want to prove. So suppose x is locally connected. So we will assume that x is locally connected at a point x. And let n be a, so we have got a space x, and that's the point small x, and this n be a neighborhood of x. So we want to have a neighborhood of x. Suppose this is the neighborhood of, okay, suppose this is the neighborhood of x. So we have got a neighborhood of x, that is n, right? And let C be a component of n containing x. C may not be a component of x, but C is a component of n. So we should have component of, such a component is existing. Why? Such a component is existing. Why? because for every set we should have a component, right? So suppose this is my component of n. So n can be split up like this, like suppose n I have split it like this. See, so I should have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 components, right? So x is contained in one of the component of n. Okay. Now we may given that there exists a connected neighborhood m of x, that is it's locally connected at x is given. So there exists a connected neighborhood m of x such that m is contained in n. So there exists a connected neighborhood is already given. So let me draw it a little bit bigger one. Okay, now this x also. Yes, a little bit bigger I'm drawing. Now inside this n I have got a connected neighborhood, right? That is m. This m is contained in a unique component of n, right? So there exists some component of it is a connected neighborhood of this x. Then this containing a unique component of n. So there exists some component. And this component must be C, nothing else. It should be C since M intersects C. So M is contained in C and hence C is a neighborhood of X. Very clear, right? Now conversely, let N be a neighborhood of X and let C be the component of N containing X. N be a neighborhood of X, so X is the, this N is a neighborhood of X and C be a component of n containing x. So this is my component C. This is my C. Okay. C is a component which containing x. Then C is a connected neighborhood of x containing in n. And so x is locally connected at x. Right? Conversely, n be a neighborhood of x and let C be a component of n containing x. Component of n containing x. Then C is a connected neighborhood of x. C is a connected neighborhood of x contained in n. That means it is locally connected at x. Right. Now there's a note. All discrete and all indiscrete spaces are locally connected. All discrete and all indiscrete spaces are locally connected and all Euclidean spaces are locally connected. All discrete spaces, because singleton A should be always connected, so you can find a connected neighborhood inside that. And all indiscrete spaces are locally connected. All Euclidean spaces are again locally connected. But the space of rationals or irrationals with the usual relative topology are not locally connected, since you know that these are disconnected spaces, right? And RB is locally connected. Next, we are having a proposition. For a topological space X, the following statements are equivalent. So X is locally connected. So this is the equivalence condition for locally connected. So equivalence conditions for locally connected. So what is the first condition? First condition is components of open subsets of X are open in X. Components of open subsets of X are open in X. Third one, X has a base consisting of connected subsets. And last one, fourth one, for every X belongs to X and every neighborhood N of X, there exists a connected open neighborhood M of X such that M is contained in N. So we want to prove 1 implies 2. That is, we want to assume that X is locally connected, and we have to prove components of open subsets of X are open in X. So assume condition 1. Suppose X is locally connected. We have assumed. Now G is open in X. We are taking an open set G and C a component of G. So we are having a space here X and an open set. This is G and it should have a component. This component we are taking as C. Open set in X, and suppose X belongs to C. So here you are having an X. Then G is a neighborhood of X. What is the reason? Since we have assumed that it is locally connected. So inside G you can find a connected neighborhood. That is nothing but this C. Right? So G is a neighborhood of X. So C is a component of G containing X. So by local connectedness at X, and the last proposition, C is a neighborhood of X. Thus, C is a neighborhood of each of its points, right? Now C is a neighborhood of each of its points, and therefore C is open, right? If you are finding an X here, C is a component. Component means it's a maximal connected set, right? So you can find a connected neighborhood inside this. So C is a neighborhood of each of its points. That implies C is open. Next we want to prove 2 implies 3. So we want to assume components of open subsets of X are open, and we want to reach at X has a base consisting of connected subsets. So 2 implies 3. Let G be any open subset of X. Write G as the union of its components. Now G is open subset of X. G is open. Now you can write G as the union of components. Some C1 union, C2 union, C3 union, some C4. If you're writing like this, then all these components are open, right? All these are open. So what about this? Connected subsets of X. Then by second one, this means that every open set can be expressed as union of some open connected subsets of X, right? Some open connected subsets of X, or in other words, that the family of such sets form a base. See, you are written G, you are taken as an open set, and you are writing the G as C1 union, C2 union, C3 union, C4. That means any open set can be written as union of such components, that is connected sets, right? Connected subsets. So these connected subsets will form a base. C1, C2, C3, C4 will form a base. That is 2 implies 3. Next is 3 implies 4. So such connected neighborhoods form a base. Then what we want to prove? Fourth condition, for every X belongs to X and every neighborhood N of X, there exists a connected open neighborhood M of X such that M is contained in N. How to get that one? So let X belongs to X and N be a neighborhood of X. Then there exists an open set V such that X belongs to V and V is contained in N by definition of neighborhood. Then by third condition and the characterization of base, there should exist a connected open set M such that M X belongs to M and M is contained in V. So we will get M is contained in N. And the last one is 4 implies 1. So for every X belongs to X and every neighborhood N of X, there exists a connected open neighborhood M of X such that M is contained in N. It is nothing but the definition of local connectedness, right? Thus it is existing for all X. We can say that X is locally connected. So I'm winding up here. So today we have discussed only two concepts. First of all, connectedness, and second one, local connectedness, right? So local connectedness, and next was connectedness. Sorry, not connectedness, components and local connectedness. Hope you understood this section. If you are finding any difficulty, post your comments or any queries in your classroom. Thank you for patient listening. Thank you.